Huey Winston for his Icebreaker.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, including my brother and my daughter. Before I begin, does anybody have any objections to my brother filming my speech for evaluation purposes? Thank you. So as you all know, this is my first time approaching the lectern, and this is my first official speech in Toastmasters Club. I've spent quite a bit of time pondering the symbol of ice breaking, and I wanted to talk about that for a second. Ice is cold, representing to me something that's uncomfortable. My feelings of standing here in front of you speaking. It's hard, and the thicker it gets, the harder it is to break. And I can tell you my ice is pretty darn thick from my fears that I have not been facing throughout my life. But I do believe that it is very important to face personal demons, and that's why I've joined this club. I'm ready to look this demon in the eyes and say, you're not a demon after all, you're a ghost. And you're see-through, just like the ice. So I release the demon. You may move on. And explain and harm me no more. And with that said, I'd like to move on to the point of the speech, which is to inform you all about myself in condensed form. And in order to do that, I've partitioned my life into 3 phases. The first phase is my early life and my teen years. The second phase is what I like to call my existential maturing phase. And the third phase is my present adult parenting life. I've made these partitions based on major changes in the way that I think. They're not chronologically symmetrical, as you see. Phase 1. I was born in Soldotna, Alaska, at Central Peninsula General Hospital in September 25th, 1985. I grew up in Kenai, Alaska, and when I was 5 years old, my parents got a divorce, and ever since that day, me and my 2 siblings had 2 households, although we did primarily live with our mother. For a short period of time, we moved up here to Anchorage. For me, it was 4th through 7th grade, and it was during that time period that I discovered one of my life's greatest passions, which is skateboarding. I spent the majority of my teen years with the belief that skateboarding and video games were what was most important. But then in 2005, 2 things happened almost simultaneously that brought me to the next phase of my life. Phase 2. My existential maturing phase, as I like to call it. First thing that happened, my sister was struck with an unexplainable, rare spinal cord injury called transverse myelitis. It left her paralyzed from her neck down permanently. She was medevaced to Seattle, and for a time, I had to consider that my sister was going to die. And so for the first time in my life, I really had to grow up mentally and face death. She did not die. Me and my brother went to go see her in Seattle. And on that trip, the second thing happened. I read a book. And this book had such a profound effect on me. It was all I could talk about for months, years even, Lars will tell you. It completely changed the way that I think. How I felt during this phase of my life was incredible. I felt ebullient in both senses of the word. It was amazing. I was super confident in what I knew exactly what I believed in every aspect of myself, my ideals. Not to say I don't feel that way anymore, but those feelings have faded somewhat. It was really intense in this period of time. I met a girl, we fell in love, and we had a baby. And then in 2009, my daughter, Summer Sunshine Winston, was born, bringing me into the next phase of my life. Phase 3. Ever since that day, July 1st, 2009, I've considered myself a father. I am a father. I have to consider myself a father. I'm a father. And that has completely changed the way that I view the world. I went to college during this phase of my life. I graduated college during this phase of my life. got a bachelor's degree in mathematics, minor in statistics. I'm currently teaching at Diamond High School. I sometimes professional math and statistics tutor. I have multiple hobbies. Still skateboard, still play video games. Love to juggle. I'm a musician. I play drums in a local band in town. We're called Plagiarist. And I love my life. And I'm happy where I am and happy where I've been. And I'm proud of myself. I do have weaknesses, however. And I've joined Toastmasters to deal with one of the major weaknesses in my life. And the first step is to just break a little ice. And I feel I've accomplished that. Thank you.